Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a look here at Render Token. Been a little while since we took a look at this here. I just want to kind of talk a little bit about some big picture stuff here. We got some Elliott wave theory and a handful of other things that are kind of letting us know roughly where the direction is heading. Now, if you're new to the channel, I'm not a financial advisor. Just know I've been trading for a very long time, over 20 years or close to 20 years, rather. I'm rounding up a little bit. But in that time, I've learned a lot. And I can tell you that coins like this have a tendency of doing very well for themselves, but we got to be realistic as well. Okay, so again, if you're new to the channel, please feel free to consider becoming a community member. CryptoCash.tech is a site link down below. If you want to become part of something greater, we've got an amazing trading community. And of course, also make sure you take advantage of this exclusive offer before July 31st. Effectively an offer from our BingX affiliates. What they do is they allow for you to use their exchange with no VPN or KYC required, specifically in the US and Canada. So that's really awesome stuff there. Get a $100 bonus if you trade with 3,000, $50 if you get $50 deposit. So very cool stuff. Be sure to check that out in your own time. So what I want to look at here with Render is a couple of things. First of all, let's check out the moving averages and kind of see what's going on. They're all kind of working themselves into a bit of a wedge, I guess you could say, concurrent with this descending trend. We're seeing the moving averages also running concurrent. So my opinion here is that until we're back up over the 50-day SMA, it's probably best to not expect the price to break out higher. Okay. So that being said, both these moving averages are pushing the price action down while we have a potential support at the 200 just below. 200-day SMA is notoriously a stronger support level, but once again, the 50-day SMA is a very consistent trend setter. Okay, so it's essentially setting the trend here, establishing lower highs and lower lows. So just keep in mind the probability of the price continuing a little bit lower is higher, but also we could see a bouncing point there too. We see stochastics here kind of wanting to converge here. This is the second convergence. That's usually a case in point where I like to take long positions, at least when it's on the downside. And we can see, of course, here as well that we're diverging, of course, on the MACD. So we got some conflicting information. I'm not by any stretch saying that we should take a long position because stochastic tells us to. You want to look at everything. And bottom line here is there's more room for downside with the RSI being where it's at. Okay, so it's just a slow bleed down to this support range here. And again, previous support levels there at about 170, kind of reaffirming itself. There's been 3 touches here at that level. So there's, again, a probability the price will bounce back from here. But if Bitcoin decides it wants to retrace down to 28,000, different story altogether. Okay, so please, please, please understand that. Take a look at the 4-hour. Similar scenario here with the moving averages. We're below all 3. Never a great sign until we close above at least 1 or 2 of those. We don't really consider a long position. We can see RSI is also low. In the overall sense of things, the only thing we have going for us is a MACD convergence, but this isn't very strong. It's only just kind of that slight recovery because Bitcoin dropped and most coins recover by a small percentage and then reject out. And if we kind of see this here, we can see that the price action comes up to this most recent low and is kind of getting stunted out there. So until we can break through that and establish a higher low and or a higher high, there's no reason to consider a trade for this coin. And when I say consider trade, I'm talking about a long position. But shorting into a strong support level also is not really ideal. So at this point, it is a good situation to consider waiting, just based on the simple fact that it's at that point where it could literally go both ways. Now, if you are a spot trader and you want to kind of add to your spot position, different story altogether. This seems like a fairly realistic dollar cost average area. Once again, could see lower based on Bitcoin retracing. Okay. That said, hourly kind of tells us here with the Ichimoku cloud that we are tentatively above the cloud, but also broke below. In other words, we came up there for about an hour, and the last 4 hours have been below. So you can see this resistance level, right? Just kind of holding through to the end, kind of telling us that there's no real buy signal here, either both long or short. It tells us to close our short position because that momentum upwards, but also we shouldn't have a long position because we're below the cloud. Okay, so not ideal trading parameters here, right? Last but not least, TD Sequential telling us there's not really a whole heck of a lot here for momentum. So truth be told here, there's not a lot of great signs here to go long or short. If you're a spot trader, consider adding to your position at the 170 to 175 range. If you're considering a long position for a swing trade, wait for a break through this 180 range first and let it consolidate above that level. In other words, it should look like this when the price action comes across here and just say it breaks through this level. You want to see the price action consolidate here and then you buy in and then likelihood of price going up from there. Once again, a lot of this is contingent on Bitcoin not suffering. If you take a look at Bitcoin where it's at right now, we can see here that it's having some difficulty getting back up some momentum here. But as you can see, obviously, this elephant in the room, the price action dropped like this, so did Render as well. Okay, so we got to recognize that they're both susceptible to Bitcoin sell-offs, or most coins are right now. And Bitcoin is not really it's not really super strong right now. I do feel like we might see a fair value gap fill at 29.5, 29.6, but besides that, not too much else. So I could push render over that little resistance area, but if Bitcoin sells off again, it's going to come right back down. Yeah, so again, probably best just to wait altogether, to stay on the sidelines. You'd be surprised how empowering it is to wait for the right opportunity. While I know it's tough to see, like, I would have entered here and I would have made X amount. It happens all the time. You got to get used to it. It's okay to miss out on opportunities. Literally, the entire market is filled with missed opportunities. All right, so again, try not to overthink it. I hope this made sense and I described this correctly for you. Thanks again for watching. Again, you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site link down below. We got some really awesome traders over here, some cool setups, and of course, some really awesome benefits of being part of the community, right? We took some nice profits there last night, XRP, while I was sleeping with our automated trades. And of course, there's been a handful of other trades that are still in the mix right now. But generally speaking, we're fairly short heavy on our day trades right now. And our swing trades, I would say, a little bit more long heavy based on the fact that I do think the overall trend for Bitcoin will be up soon once we hit our bottom, which should be getting close. Yeah. Again, just some schools of thought there. All right. Hope you have a good one. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.